Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for coming back. I do appreciate it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Beware of scammers and fake pages, and make sure you smash that like button, okay? So I received this article, and I love when you guys send me stuff just to give my like little feedback. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not. I don't want to say I'm nobody because I am somebody, but I am just giving my own personal feedback as just an average investor, okay? But they sent me three high yield dividend stocks under 25 bucks. So, under 25 bucks and high yielding dividends. Okay, I'm interested. Now, I did make a video about 2 weeks ago where I shared some dividend stocks and funds and all that was like 50 bucks or under. So this is like, I guess, a follow-up to that in a sense, but through this article that was sent to me, and it was created on August 4th. So I'm not sure when you guys will see this, but thank you to the person who sent it to me, but under 25 bucks. I will say this, when you are investing, don't get so fixated on if something is cheap, right? In terms of price. It does not mean that it's a good company or a good fund. There's a variety of reasons why it may be that low. There could be a lot of selling going on. It could be a lot of things. So when you see a stock or a fund that's a couple of dollars, I don't want you to automatically think, oh, this is a cheap company that I can get in with a lot of shares and then it's just going to grow. You have to understand what the company or fund is about, how it operates. You got to do your own research. It's so important. I just want to make sure I point that out, and use fractional shares too. Use them. They're at your disposal. So if you see something $100, maybe you want to buy some of Nvidia, right? It's at like 200 and some odd dollars. You can buy fractional shares as well. Okay. So, first one in this particular article, I'm just scrolling down. I will leave it below. That way, I don't have to kind of go through all of this extra jargon. I don't want to waste your time. It's energy transfer. Now, I know about energy transfer very, very well. We had it up until last year, and it was an energy company. Really liked the management of the company. Um, it was very profitable for us. I made an extensive video about why we sold, and it was chiefly because of the dreaded K1 tax form that they send you. So if you didn't know, some individual stocks, the companies will send you a separate tax form. Generally, when you are investing with a broker, the firm will send you a tax form around tax time. So Robinhood, Fidelity, Vanguard, all of them. But in addition to the firm, the company will also send you a separate tax form, and generally you have to wait until you receive that to file your taxes. Energy Transfer was one of those companies, and there were times where the information on the form was wrong. So of course you got to wait for the updated one, or if you filed your taxes, you got to do an amended tax return, which is not the most. It's not fun. um, uh, then you have to wait for the form to come, so they mail it to you. Now, I know you can go to the website, I think starting this year, and get it, but you have to wait till it's available. And the K1 form just added a huge complexity to our already complicated tax structure. My husband and I, you talk about the day jobs, the two side businesses. We have a kid in college, so that adds a tax layer. We have a couple of properties, one investment property out of state, which also adds another tax complexity to our already crazy situation. And of course, you get a professional to do your taxes, but it still just adds extra. And we just didn't want to deal with it anymore after having Energy Transfer for a couple of years. So we sold, but it is a great company. I just wanted to give you guys some insight to what to expect if you are investing in this, okay? Or if you have a lot of shares in this company. But it's one of the great ones that's under 25 bucks. Right now it's at $20, and let's just say 92 cents, almost at $21. So it's still under that threshold. You can see that the stock can be volatile at times. It is very sector dependent. It is the energy sector. We are in a conflict right now. And I mean, every time we turn around, we are signing an agreement, then we're not signing an agreement. So as you know, oil and energy can go up and then it can drop. So it's very volatile. So just be careful. But I know they had an ex-dividend date of August, oh, it was August 7th, so it just passed. The next payment is August 19th. So shout out to all of you who were about to get your dividend. Shout out to all of you. But it's a solid company. It's just the tax issue. I just didn't want to have to deal with it. And look, this article mentions right here, it issues a K1 form. So it does add some complexity, especially if it's in a taxable account, which ours was because we were building up our bridge account for early retirement. Sure, we could put it in a Roth IRA, but we are capped and we're 41. I mean, I'm not going to wait till 59 and a half. Sure, you can take out your contributions, but Roth IRA for us is for long-term future, not short-term future. Next is Capital Southwest, CSWC. Let me type that here. Capital Southwest Corporation. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. This is a business development company. Okay, so I think this may be a little bit like Main Street, which I really, really do love. If you know, you know. Check out my previous videos. But I believe this is like asset management. It's under the financial sector. It structures debt. Okay. It provides financing. Okay. It does not invest in startups, publicly traded companies, real estate developments, which is good to know. Project finance companies. Okay. Let's see. It provides credit and private equity and venture capital investments. Okay. I wouldn't buy it right now. Um, I wouldn't buy it right now. Not saying it's a bad company, but it just though it's at $25.11. I will say this has still reached the threshold. I wouldn't buy it though. If I'm going to get a BDC company, I'd rather just do Main Street and that's it. It could be very volatile in that sector and cyclical as well. So I would just stick with one. And I've been liking Main Street for several years now, so I'm just going to keep it with that. But I'm sure they probably pay a nice dividend. Look at the yield, 10.20%. I didn't even look at ET. I'll look at ET in a second. I didn't look at that yield. Ex-dividend date is coming up. Actually, I think it's tomorrow. You can see that this pays out every single month. So many of you who like those monthly dividends, this may be an option right here. Let's see how it has, just looking at it. So market cap is over $1 billion. All right. Revenue over 230 million. Just looking at it. I've heard of Capital Southwest before, but I don't own it directly. But I am just looking at the article that, someone sent. Some articles. Here's some information again about the company. You can see they have a website, which is pretty cool. They give you the financial performance of the company over here. But yeah, I don't own it, and I probably wouldn't buy it right now. If it's just me though. Coming back to ET, I wanted to bring up the dividend. So dividend yield is about 6.49%. Let's see, you can see the past history right here. So it just paid out August 7th. So the next one is in November, then in February, then in May. You can see some news right here. The price was raised. The price target was raised to $25. Right now it's at $20.92. So you may get a deal right there. And then the last one this article mentions is Antero Midstream. Let me ticker symbol AM. Okay. Let's come to overview. Well, actually, let me go to profile first so I've never heard of this company. Okay, so it owns, operates, and develops midstream energy assets in the Appalachian Basin. Okay. So it deals with gathering and processing water. Interesting. Okay, and natural gas, West Virginia and Ohio. Okay. I never heard of this company. They're headquartered in Denver. All right, this is just some management of the company. Let me look at the overview. Market cap is over 10 billion. Revenue was over 1 billion. Interesting. The net income fell. That means their expenses are higher. I know they pay a dividend. Let's look at that real quick. Again, I haven't dived deep into these. I'm just looking at it now because I just want to give an honest reaction. Dividend yield is not bad. Let's see. Okay, so it pays out every quarter. So the next dividend payout is in October. Just had one back in July. This price target was also raised as well. It's $24, it looks like. I don't know. I would probably add this to my watch list. I wouldn't buy it. I'm not really trying to buy anything new for the rest of the year. But I'll look at it for next year, or maybe try to find a fund that this is in, especially with, water and energy and all of that, especially with the data centers going up everywhere. Um, Data centers need a lot of water, and I don't want them all over the place, but what can I do, right? Everybody's, I feel like, is using AI in some capacity nowadays. Uh, yeah, so I mean, I would probably add this to my watch list. So AM watch list, I would probably pass on Capital Southwest, and I've already owned ET, and I'm not going to buy it again because of the crazy tax issue with it. But let me know if any one of these struck your fancy. I know there's other companies that are under 25 bucks, but this is just high dividend yielding ones that people like. I know Ford is under 25 bucks. There's some other, and there's some solid funds too under 25 bucks. If you watch my $100 portfolio fidelity challenge that I make every month, um, the international, I think is, oh my goodness, FZILX, I think it is, that's about 17, 18 bucks. So there's some good ones. Just gotta look for them. But again, this article was talking about high yielding ones under 25 bucks. Okay, so I'll leave this article down below where you guys can go and take a look. But let me know which one of these stuck out the most to you. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tickle that notification bell so that you don't miss an upload every time I post a video. And until next time, you already know, I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye.